You guys ready for the next 100x coin? It's hard to find these things, and when I do, and when I tell you about it, it's the beginning. I won't tell you at the top. I always tell you at the beginning, you gotta move now. In fact, I'm gonna delete this video, probably in a couple hours. Why? Because it's gonna be too filled with alpha. It's gonna tell you too much about how artificial intelligence is gonna change the world, and how you can take that change and get your FU money and get the F out. Literally. And you're going to have to, because artificial intelligence is way too powerful. Everyone says, no, you can just use artificial intelligence to make your job easier, and you can, but so can 50 million other people. It's like when everybody had a gun, now everybody can kill everybody like that. You don't have to have skills to be able to cut somebody or spear or arrow somebody. It's like that. Everybody having an advantage is no advantage. So I'll tell you about the 100x coin right now, and I think it can still go up about 100x in the short term, in the really, really quick short term, starting now at this price. It's about a penny each. It went up to this level just because insiders that know bought in. And there's only about 200 of them. There's only 200 holders right now for the coin, so it's nothing. Circulation is really low, 88 million. Really, really low. It's it's kind of similar to Bitcoin, 21 million coins in Bitcoin. And I'll tell you the name. It's Future Coin, FTR. Future only has 88 million coins. So that's what you need to know. When I've told you about coins that could go 100x, they've all been extremely well researched. I do as much as I can to learn about the developers, to vet the developers, to see where their mind's at. And so none of the coins that I've told you about or introduced to you have been rugged. Zero. They've all gone up. If I say 100x, I think the worst any of them have done is maybe 80x. The rest of them 200, 300, 400x. My easiest one was Theta. That went up about 200x, and then I told you to buy RSR, and then I told you to buy all sorts of things. And there's a couple yet that I've told you to buy that because of the bear market, they haven't done their 100 or 200x yet. And I think they will, but we still need time. What I'm trying to do is make you 100 times your money right now, so that you'll have more money to be able to buy the other things that are going to do 100 times your money again. So you'll have 100 times and then another 100x. You put 200x's together, two of them, and now you got 10,000x. $1 becomes $10,000. Okay. So what have I learned about Future Coin, since I already told you the name? Future Coin is an anti-AI coin. That's the easiest way to summarize it. It's an anti-AI coin. It fights AI. That's the easiest way to put it. I mean, I guess I could just close this video right now, and that'd be enough information for the value of the coin to just skyrocket. But I'll tell you how it fights AI, because we, including me, we really are, because of AI. I was one of the earlier beta testers for ChatGPT. I got it right when a lot of core developers got it. And it put me in about a week, 10 days worth of depression, into a mental spiral. I kept thinking, man, should I start a sushi restaurant? Yeah, but then they'd figure out I'm not Japanese. Should I start a Korean food restaurant? Yeah, but Korean food's way too hard to make. You can't just slice it and then throw it on top of a spoonful of... It just put me in a tizzy. And I thought, man, when I have enough money to live, but in my 60s or 70s, if I start running out of money, am I going to have to sell my 2018 Lambo? That sort of thing. Really, really worrisome. I make it sound like a joke right now, but it was really stressful to think that there's nothing I can do to compete with AI, because the way AI and this, what I did was I beta tested ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is made by OpenAI Foundation, which was backed and funded and invested into by Elon Musk. Dun dun dun. And obviously Peter Thiel. Dun dun dun. And some of the founders of Google. Bum bum bum. So I mean, this is the strongest form of artificial intelligence in the world. So when you look at what it does, it's just fearsome. You immediately think of man, people that used. Let me put it to you this way. If you have friends, or if you're in med school or whatever, quit. Tell them to quit. If you have children that are in medical school, tell them to quit. If you have children in accounting school, tell them to quit. Children in what else? Law school, tell them to quit. They will not be able to graduate and find work. I promise you, they will not be able to find work. Whenever they say, "Oh, that's bullshit. You can just use AI to help you do your research." Yes, but so can the principal of the firm, or so can the head doctor, head surgeon of the hospital, and fire everybody else. Literally, everyone else is just going to lose their job. And then the surgeon and the lawyer is going to lose their job because a robot's going to replace them, which Elon Musk has already built, the humanoid robot. I'll give you an actual physical example. This is real stats, real numbers. If you are a woman in your 30s, you go in for a mammogram or whatnot. If you're a man in your 40s, you go in for all sorts of other things like lung or testicles or prostate. And you get those x-rays, or you get an MRI or a CAT scan or whatever. And if you have some of the best doctors in the world, Korean doctors are some of the best, sharpest, finest doctors in the world. So are Swiss doctors, so are some doctors from Harvard Medical. And they would look at this x-ray and say, there is a little bit of slight kind of fuzziness right here. It's slightly a little bit lighter than the surrounding area. You see that area? That could be cancer, but we're not sure. Come back and we'll you know what we'll do? We'll take another scan or a x-ray in a year. You think it could be cancer, but you don't want to take another x-ray like a month from now? Nah, a year is fine. They send you away. You come back a year later with this huge bulge in your chest, or without being able to pee for 8 months, and they say, "Oh yeah, it was cancer." That's exactly how the medical conversation goes. That's exactly how medicine works today. Now, but that's only the doctors that were the smartest doctors in the world that could look at this and say, "I'm not sure what this is, but there could be something." The rest of the doctors that just went to some community college, or I don't know, some state college, let's say, some no-name college, and they somehow became a doctor. They barely scraped by the skin of their teeth and got to be a doctor. They would look at an x-ray and say, "You're perfectly healthy. You don't need to come back to the medical center for another 5 years." And then 5 years later, they send you a text message, and the text message gets bounced back and says, "This user is no longer alive." That's how medicine works. ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, it can scan 10,000 x-rays, it can scan 100,000 x-rays, all in real time, and within a third of a second, within about, 300, 200, 100 milliseconds, it can tell you exactly which ones have a high probability of cancer. And it's right. It will never miss one. It won't get one wrong. You know how it trained itself to do that, to be able to find cancer? You did it. You did it for it. Every single time you type in your password, it says, "Human verifications. Make sure you're not a robot. Find the number of crosswalks in these pictures. Find the pictures of the buses. Find the pictures of the mountains. Find the pictures of the people. Find the picture of the shoes." That's how it did it. Every single time you do that, it goes into training those AI algorithms. So over the last 2 years, you've been training ChatGPT to put yourself out of work. Artificial intelligence. ChatGPT is only a encyclopedia Google type interface for the artificial intelligence that OpenAI is building. And OpenAI is building all sorts of other branches of artificial intelligence. So ChatGPT will immediately, what does a doctor do? 90%, 95% of what a doctor does is diagnosis. Only about 5% of doctors ever actually surgically remove stuff and cut stuff open. 5%, very, very small number of doctors. Most everyone just diagnoses that. They're gone. All you have to do is take a scan and feed the scan into ChatGPT. OpenAI Foundation will tell you exactly what percentage of cancer you have. Could be cancer, could be blood work. You just take some blood out of your arm and then suddenly, well, you're going to have diabetes in 3.79 years. It's like that. That's how scary this artificial intelligence stuff is. And that's only the medical profession. Legal? Oh my God. Illegal. All those law books, all those case history books, Find Law, and all those guys that you just do searches and then you look for a keyword search to look for a precedent that some judge already made 5 years ago. OpenAI, ChatGPT memorized all of that. Memorized all of that. Not only that, but knows how to use logic to argue the case better than any lawyer. Get rid of all the lawyers. Accountants, easy. That's just numbers. Accountants, we don't need numbers. Just throw all the numbers in here. I don't even need all your receipts. I already know what you spent because you're connected to your bank account and we're connected to your, it's scary. What else? My God, even food recipes. Literally, food. I could go on and on and on about how you are going to be replaced and then you're going to start eating insects and how you need to start collecting insect baking recipes right now. Unless you happen to be one of the few lucky people that invest in an anti-artificial intelligence app or a company or a project. And that's what I would describe as future coin. Now that I've told you what AI is, I'm going to have to tell you what anti-AI means. What the developers did over the last, I think they've been working on this for the last year or two, and I confirmed it. I confirmed it over the last couple weeks, as soon as I got out of my mental stupor and depression and feelings of worthlessness. I mean, the things you have, you get attached to, right? You don't want to sell it because you're just old and worthless. So I kicked myself out of that and started researching, started asking ChatGPT questions for the last 2 weeks. And if you followed my Twitter, you've seen my rants about ChatGPT and its biggest weakness is conventional wisdom. ChatGPT runs on conventional wisdom. Ask ChatGPT what are the 10 most important scientific findings. Ask ChatGPT what are the 10 most useful mathematical equations. Ask ChatGPT how to raise a child, or what advice you would give yourself if you were 40 years older. What would you tell yourself? Ask these questions. ChatGPT never comes up with anything surprising. It only comes up with stuff that is conventionally accepted. It comes up with answers that are based on the body of knowledge that's already online. Bum, bum, bum. And it comes to the same conclusions that the majority have come to, the people with the degrees and the pedigrees and the bigger voices have come to, as the people that are already online, that they've already published the results. you can go into programming logic and actual syntax logic, like programming code, and say, hey, I've got this code, can you shorten this for me? I've got this bug in my code, can you fix this for me? What it'll do is find the most efficient solution to your programming question based on pre-existing efficient solutions. It doesn't come up with novel efficient solutions of its own. It doesn't come up with revolutionary new perspectives. It is unable to create a new perspective. That's the weakness of ChatGPT. And when the developers told me that, I checked it and it's true, and I thought, how could this be? What's the use of having artificial intelligence if it's not intelligent? It's like, it's literally like a high IQ college student. You go to a high IQ college student, 22 years old, really, really smart guy. You're not going to be able to beat that guy in math. You can't beat him in spelling. You're not going to be able to beat him in reciting history facts and stuff. But oh my God, is he woke? Oh my God. If we don't tax the billionaires, if we don't stop global warming, if we don't support you, he just regurgitates everything he's been told. And he knows the perfect defenses, and he knows the best reasons why you should support you and stop global warming and do all this stuff, and also cut off your genetic so that you can become a different. But he doesn't know why you shouldn't. He's not able to form a different perspective. He's not able to form a different argument than the one that's already online, the one that's already promulgated by his college culture. He's just an NPC with the ability to memorize more propaganda. That's it. That's what college students are, and that's exactly what ChatGPT is. So what you do now is you find industries where ChatGPT is going to be wrong. And then you build in those industries. You build for people that are going to figure out that, oh, holy shit, conventional wisdom was wrong, and I should have been doing this instead of turning left all the time, because, hey, if this happens, you should always turn left. I turned left like 3 times, and now I'm going right. Maybe I should have just turned right instead. Is the kind of industrial solution that FeatureCoin solves. Like what? Now, what kind of stuff is that? Now, that's the hard part. I'm almost on 20 minutes. So I talked to the developers, and they don't want to talk about what solutions that they're building yet. That's just, and I respect that, because they haven't released their first product yet. But there's several products where I will give you this additional detail, vantage point. In order to make money in a world of artificial intelligence, you have to know what artificial intelligence is going to be unable to do or not want to do. Then, if any one of those industries, if any of those areas are big enough and lucrative enough to generate a couple million, couple billion dollars, then you figure out how many people can invest in it and how many people you need to invest in your vision to be able to push you forward. And then you build that and you say, okay, so maybe we're not a $100 billion company. Maybe we're not a $1 trillion company. But hell, even if we're a $2 billion company, we're happy, and we're going to make all our investors happy. That's it. That's what you have to do. Is you have to be able to sidestep around in between the giant's footsteps. Boof, 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 boof. You got to be able to agile maneuver around the feet of the giants. as you're picking up scraps that fell off their table, that they're not going to want to eat. And that's just how it is. ChatGPT is going to conquer programming. It's going to conquer medicine. It's going to conquer law. It's going to conquer all sorts of accounting. It's going to conquer all sorts of logic. In between here, there's industries that they're not. This stuff is backed by Elon Musk. If Elon Musk sells cars that make him $50,000, $60,000 per car, $100,000 per car. There are industries that Elon Musk is not interested in. All we have to do is find one of those, and then in that intersection, Elon Musk is not interested, cannot make enough money in this industry, and if they ever were to try, or if there was other people, other smart developers that wanted to rely on ChatGPT to build in this industry that Elon Musk doesn't want to build in because it's not lucrative enough for him, but somebody else does, then ChatGPT will steer them the wrong way. ChatGPT will be wrong with the data that they give the entrepreneurs that want to compete for that piece of the pie that Elon Musk doesn't want. Does that make sense? I'm going a little long, but let me rephrase that. In order to find a successful 100x coin, that coin has to represent an investment in a company that, number one, Elon Musk doesn't want, in a company that Elon Musk is not interested in competing with. And number two, for people that are less rich than Elon Musk, which is everybody else on this planet, they might see this niche too and say, hey, Elon Musk doesn't want to compete in, I don't know, I'll give you an example, just random example, sprinklers, lawn sprinklers for, lawn sprinklers. Elon Musk doesn't want to compete in building lawn sprinklers. Okay, but I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me actually start a lawn sprinkler company. Okay, but what if ChatGPT says, well, lawns need to be watered at midnight when it's cool, and it actually turns out that that's wrong? What if that turns out to be wrong, and we know that what you should actually do is water lawns at, I don't know, I'm just bullshitting here, so it's like, what, at 4 a.m. in the morning or whatnot, then that's a totally different company. So we have a solution that neither Elon Musk wants, and if ChatGPT can help us, or help humans build in that industry, they're going to build it wrong. That's it. Other examples of that is like weight loss. The conventional wisdom out there for weight loss, just everyone knows doesn't work. But if you ask ChatGPT how I should lose weight, guess what? It's going to tell you exactly what's on the WebMD site. It's going to tell you what how to lose weight. It's just going to tell you what the World Health Organization, WHO, tells you. It's useless information and it's wrong. That sort of thing. Same thing with wearing masks. What if I wanted to, that sort of thing. So you get the picture. There are several websites and business types in the pipeline for FutureCoin, and right now they don't even have a website. So if you get in now, you're early. You're obviously going to be super early. I mean, who buys a coin? I mean, how many people buy a coin based on potential, even before there's a website? And there's not even a Twitter profile for FutureCoin. So that's how early you are, and that's the only way you're going to get rich, by being super early. And then obviously, I tell all my followers when you should probably sell. Otherwise, if all my followers are poor, then where am I going to get my clients from? Right? The only way I make big money is by making big money for my clients, and I take a percentage of the profits. So I gotta we're on the same side. I'm rooting for you because you're the only way I get rich is by making you rich first. Anyway, so that's it. There are there's a couple technical videos, TA videos on FutureCoin on this website, on this YouTube channel. And I will put the address, the smart contract Uniswap address. Oh, it's obviously not even in Binance or anything yet. So when you get listed in Binance, when you get raptured to Binance, value already goes up, what, 20 times or 50 times. So I think it's going to go up 30, 40x before it gets listed in Binance. Then it'll go up another 50x. So total near term, maybe a couple months, maybe a couple, who knows, maybe a couple weeks. When they put out their website and start doing the marketing. I don't know. It'll just go up really fast, and you're really early because they don't have anything in place yet except for their first few products that they're going to launch. That's it, 25 minutes. If you like this video, just like it, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can kind of tell you when I think we're going to start to dump again, okay? If you buy when I tell you to buy, but you don't sell when I tell you to sell, I can't help you. But if you do both, by subscribing to this channel, we're just going to get rich together. Let's do it. Let's get rich together.